First of all, I'd like to apologize for not having a camera. For some reason, filming with this program, it won't let me, it really lags the video and whatnot. I thought that'd be really annoying for you guys. And it also cuts out my voice a lot more, and the mic on my computer's already really bad, as you can tell there's static and whatnot. But anyways, so the final that I decided to write is called The Power of Politics. The more you know about politics and your government, the more you can make a difference in your society by voting or by becoming a politician yourself one day. But overall, knowing more about your current government will give you a better understanding on the laws and the systems in your country. One way to understand laws better is by putting lots of study in, because certain laws may look good or bad when they're actually the opposite. One example is something that just happened where I live. Minimum wage was raised by a few dollars, which may look good because then if you make minimum wage, you're like, sweet, I'm making more money than I was before, this is awesome. But raising minimum wage actually makes people lose jobs more than it does benefit other people. For example, let's take two imaginary characters. We'll name them Phil and Seth. Let's pretend they both work at a grocery store. If minimum wage was raised by $3 and both Phil and Seth worked 10 hours a day, the store now has to pay an extra $60 a day. If they work 5 days a week, that's an extra $300. Now this may not sound like too much, but over time it adds up to more. After a month, the store has to give them an extra $1,200. After a year, that's an extra $15,600 just between two employees. So the company is losing thousands of dollars it could have spent on more important things like shipping and bringing in new supplies and whatnot. The company can't keep both of the employees. So to prevent losing more money, they have to fire either Phil or Seth. And they have to fire a lot more than one people. This was just a small example. In Alberta, which is the province which I live in, we have provinces, not states, thousands of jobs have already been lost just from minimum wage being raised. Our government currently, the NDP, the New Democratic Party, plans on raising it again, and at the end of this year, which is estimated to make 25,000 people lose their jobs. That is one of the many harms that can happen when we decide not to care about what our current political leaders are doing. It's not our fault that they're doing it, but because if we're not paying attention to our governments, we don't realize what they're doing. And then we don't really care, and if we don't really care, we won't end up voting. And voting can make a difference because then we can vote in people that are doing things that we think are benefiting our country. But we must always need to put in research on things that may look bad, because they might actually be good in the end. So it can go both ways. It's not always things that look good are bad, and things that are bad are good. Some things that look bad may be bad, and things that might look good may be good, but then they can also be the complete opposite. So we should never judge a law or a political leader or party right away, because are they actually that bad as everyone says? Are they actually as good as everybody says? Also, we should, when we're researching political leaders, it'd be good to go read or watch some of their speeches, because if you just rely on TV, news, friends, or something like that, news and stuff gets twisted all the time to be one-sided. So for political leaders, it's best to go and read what they say that they want to do or they're doing, if they're already in or if they're running for an election. And that is my speech.